Okay, so we're going to move on now to going across to the left after throwing the rear hand. Now, there's a little bit more we've got to do when we throw the rear hand. We can't just throw the rear hand and try and move off to the left with a pivot, and this is why. So all I want, yeah, it's a nice boxing stance. Throw the rear hand. So from here, she's just throwing the rear hand. Now she's going to want a pivot on the lead foot, but there's a fair bit of weight on that lead foot, which makes it really hard just to pivot. So if she tries to pivot and retract the hand, so go through the whole thing. She tries to pivot and retract the hand at the same time. It's very awkward. So that's it. And again, it's really awkward for her to actually pivot. Don't lean, just throw the right hand normal. And then pivot now. Right, we'll start again. You're doing half the drill we want you to do. I want you to just do this. It should be, just practice it. Yeah, and again. Turn, but I need you to turn on that back foot. You need to throw a proper right hand. Otherwise, anyway, you can't pivot otherwise. But if you actually throw a proper right hand, here, it's really awkward to then pivot. And it doesn't create an angle, you almost end up in front. So make sure so knees bent, make sure you turn on the backhand. That's it, and again, turn the right foot right round. That's it. So more, yeah, we'll start again. More than being awkward, you're just there, aren't you, rather than, which is fine. So I'll talk, yeah, we'll start again. Ready? Okay, so now we're going to look at moving to our left after throwing the rear hand, or as the rear hand retracts. There's a little bit more you've got to think about with this shot, because if you don't move feet whilst throwing the rear hand, you're not going to create an angle. And what do I mean by that? So Chloe's going to throw a rear hand. She's going to turn through the back foot, throw a nice, lovely rear hand. Then she's just going to pivot off of it and then hold that position. All right, so throw it and pivot. Okay, so that's it. Stay there, please. Okay, so you can see now she's pivoted. She's throwing the rear hand, she's pivoted. Nothing wrong with that in terms of she's off my centre line. But if she wants to throw anything back, all her tools are aimed that way. They're not aimed towards me. So if she's going to throw her right hand, she's going to have to lean right across her body to throw it, and her left hand's pretty much been taken out. So we need to get in a position where, if we're creating a deep angle, we're at the 90-degree position.